Everyone's got an opinion. Is it the broken system that's keeping us stuck, or are we just making bad decisions? Today, we unpack the real battle, structure versus agency, and why blaming one side might be missing the whole picture. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Miss Wangui Muithathi, your personal finance and investment coach. Today, I'll be talking about one of the most heated debates of all time, that is, who's to blame when things go wrong? The system? The individual? This question doesn't just affect how we talk about poverty, education, or crime. It directly impacts how we take responsibility and pursue change. Let's talk about this. On a normal circumstance, who do you blame? Most of the time, we find ourselves blaming the system, right? Or am I right? But first, let's have a look at the systemic side. Systems, whether economic, political, or educational, shape the rules of the game. If you're born into a poor neighborhood, you are more likely to attend underfunded schools. Okay? And after that, you'll face limited job opportunities and struggle to access healthcare. So you see, that's not about personal failure. It's about structural inequality. From systemic racism to discriminatory hiring practices, many people are set up to fail even before they start. And these systems are often invisible until you're on the losing side. So if you don't, or if you can't see the problems that come with a failed system, it simply means you've not been on the losing side, or you've not seen it, and maybe you should just thank your stars. You see, these systems don't need bad intentions to operate. They are just baked into our laws, policies, and our cultural norms. Real change, then, means we can't just preach personal responsibility. We have to talk about reform, equity, and power redistribution. Okay? So that's the part where you can say, I blame the system, or we blame the system. This is how the system is disappointing us or bringing us down. But here's the twist. Individual agency still matters. Let's have a look at the individual perspective. Think of Rosa Parks or Malala. These were people within broken systems who chose to resist, to speak up, and change history. People often argue that if we only focus on systems, we risk excusing bad behavior. Okay? They say you risk bad behavior, corruption, abuse, and even laziness. Yes, the system is tough. But you see, moral accountability means we still have choices. People make conscious choices to do things like discriminate, to steal, or to oppress others. So we can't blame the system all the time. We can say, while systems shape the path, individuals choose how to walk it. Let's have a look at the interconnected dynamics. And this is where it gets deep. Structure and agency are not the enemies. They are dance partners. Okay? We create systems, and systems shape us. Capitalism, for example, rewards competition, but individuals can still choose to run ethical businesses. This is what one sociologist, Anthony Giddens, meant when he said structure and agency are mutually constitutive. In simple terms, one can't exist without the other. Now, layer in intersectionality. For example, a black woman from a low-income background faces racism, sexism, and classism all at once. That complexity demands holistic solutions, not one-dimensional blame. Okay? So if these problems were to be solved, they had to be solved a whole. Okay? Let's apply this to real life cases. Poverty. Yes, someone might make poor financial choices, but can we ignore things like wage stagnation, inflation, or the simple lack of affordable healthcare? And talk of education. A student might lack motivation. But what if the school has no books, the teachers are overworked, and there's zero career guidance? I think it's time that we need to stop asking, is it the system or the individual? And we need to start asking, how do they interact? Okay? Your question and how you phrase it really matters. And this is because if we want real change, if we want real progress, we need a two-way strategy. We need a systemic reform and an individual transformation. A systemic reform through collective action, voting, protests, and policy change. Individual transformation by first of all shifting how we think, changing that mindset, shifting how we behave, and supporting others. Things like voting, mentoring, starting ethical businesses, or doing something as simple as picking up. These are individual actions that ripple into systemic change. So, is the system the problem or the individual? The truth is, it's both and neither. It's always easier for us to blame someone else or something else. But it's both and neither because they're both interconnected. Systems set the stage, but people perform the play. And even sometimes, some rewrite the script. So, let's stop all these blame games and start focusing on better things like building smarter and more fairer systems. Of course, while challenging ourselves to rise within and beyond them. I am Miss Wangui Muithathi, your personal finance and investment coach, and I'll see you in my next video.